Here we go! In today's program, Zion Lim, Gabriel Cruz, Demi Malto, and your hosts, Kayla Claud and Claude Pangilinan. So buckle up, ready, set, Sinag!
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the very first episode of Ready, Set, Sinag. I'm Claude.
And I'm Kayla.
And we are your hosts for tonight's show.
For those of you who are with us today, Ready Set Sinag is an evening talk show that wishes to highlight bright young local artists and their pursuit of perfecting their craft.
Today, we are excited to have three exceptional local artists on the come up to shed light into their processes and dig a little deeper in their new projects.
But before we get to the rest of the show, it's time to look into the state of the Filipino people in this week's top 5 clips of the week.
1. Two. Sugar mommy is life.
Even if we are Filipinos, you know, we are
Pangusta
Filipinos.
siya,
And
pangusta.
we can talk in English entirely, you know.
Pangusta,
Mommy, I'm very thankful, you know. I'm very thankful.
Pangumusta.
But mommy, the number one, what I notice about you is you're looking good, you're looking pretty, and you're looking young, you know.
3.
Hi, thank you for calling. My name is Brando. May I have you, please? I mean, may I have your name, please? So is that C for Zebra? Oh, it's not C. So it is K for cake? I mean kick. And then I for an I. And then T for take care. And another T, so that's TT. Y for yehey.
4. Five.
Paano yan? Wala kang face mask. Punta ka ron. Ano gusto mo? Sayaw huli.
Ay, di kami marunong sumayaw!
O tara, sa barangay na kayo.
Ayoko nga!
Ano? Sayaw huli.
Hindi nga kami marunong
O tara, sa barangay na nga kayo eh.
Ayaw nga namin!
Ha? Ano? Sayaw huli. Sumasagot pa to. Oh. Ha? O sayaw kayo ha. Tingnan nyo kung magaling ha. Ayun na. Okay? Okay yan?
And that has been our top 5 clips of the week. Grabe, those videos were super funny, no? I'm sure our audience enjoyed it as much as we did, right, Claude?
That's right, Kyla. What bright futures we have in this country. So be sure to send in your clips for next week's entry to any of our social media platforms.
Who knows, your entry might be chosen for a prize of a 20 peso discount in your next Gab food delivery. Just be sure to place the hashtag Sinag Top 5 for your chance to be selected.
So without further ado, let us introduce our first guest. This person is an award-winning theater actor and prolific young filmmaker. Please welcome to the show, Zion Lim.
Hi Zion, welcome to the show and thank you so much for being here. So before anything else, I would just like to ask, how have you been given the online setting and the pandemic?
I think the online setting has been okay. So currently, medyo mas chill pa sa akin. And yeah, I think I spent a lot of time doing homework para to be with you guys here today.
Oh yes, thank you so much. So for the people at home, Zion, could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So I'm Zion Lim, and I'm a student filmmaker. That's why I'm here, and I do mostly commercial films and trying to go deep into that. And yeah, so these are photos from behind the scenes of me and my partner. Yeah, yun lang naman.
Okay, so it's interesting how you've mentioned that your hobbies include like filmmaking and photography. So do you think that's one of the reasons why you've decided to become a filmmaker? Also, we heard pala that you'd be shifting to another course. So what influenced you into doing that? Or is that your original plan na ba? Like before pa?
Yeah, so with the program I'm shifting, actually, hello, shout out sa comms department ng Lasal. They just announced early this morning, early this morning, like 11, that finally accepted na ako sa organizational
Wow,
communications. So
congrats!
orgcom people out there, hello. Yeah. Yeah, I think medyo aligned kasi yung orgcom sa field like where I'm interested in, which is media, new media and advertising commercial.
Well, seeing how passionate you are with your craft, I'm sure the comms department would be lucky to have you. So congratulations.
Thank you.
So Zion, this craft of yours, since you plan on shifting to a course more in line with it, do you see yourself pursuing this in the long run or would it be more like a hobby?
Yeah, so for now I'm not sure with what direction I'm going with, but siguro it's more of just taking all of the chances that I can. I mean, of course with the COVID protocols, so not too big of projects na hindi ako payagan na lumabas. So yeah, mostly taking chances that come in my path and approaching possible clients, then I'm not sure yet if I am gonna pursue this 100%. So I'll just see like what the future brings me to.
Okay, I think that's really a good outlook. In relation to pursuing a career in filmmaking, how does one actually go about the filmmaking process? Example, you mentioned that it's because of the pandemic. Of course, it's different now. Can you tell us more about that?
So there's a long process in creating films. So first is you're choosing your project. So what is this project about? Is it for a client? Is it for yourself? Is it a passion project? You ask, what is this project for? So kunyari, you're doing a commercial for a restaurant. So you ask, okay, what am I doing? So this project is about making a commercial for a restaurant. You're telling people why they want to go to the restaurant. So you work around that question, and you start writing down, maybe on a piece of paper, on your notes, what elements do you want to add, and then you pitch it to sino ba yung client, or to yourself, or to peers that you think could help with adding ideas to your project. Yeah, so pre-planning is super, super, super important in making any project actually. But in film especially, sobrang important talaga.
Oh, okay. I'm sure those who are watching this, who are also aspiring filmmakers, have gotten a glimpse of the industry. I myself have gotten a glimpse of the whole concept of how you do filmmaking.
I actually agree, Claude. By the way, Zion, I would just like to ask also, for someone like you who tries to balance school, org, and that's your passion, I mean, is it hard? Like, you're struggling na ba? Or you're handling it naman pretty well? I mean, would you mind sharing it with us?
Well, for the past year, I decided to shift out. But then, they only accept every term 3. So I've been having really empty terms where I just take GEs. So yeah, medyo free naman yung sobrang free pa ng school life ko right now. So there's not much problem with me balancing filmmaking and org work and schoolwork. But I think for the next terms to come, since I'm going to be having majors next term, I am not sure yet. But yeah, let's just see if survive.
Well, seeing how passionate you are, I'm sure you'd be able to balance org and ACADS at the same time.
Okay, for
Hopefully.
for those who may not be aware, DLSU HTG premiered its signature De La Salle piece, and its online edition had exceptionally brilliant shorts and features. One of which is Zion's project, where he was the co-editor. Is that correct, Zion?
Yes.
Yes. Can you please tell us about that?
Yeah, so every year HTG, if you guys don't know, Harlequin Theater Guild, so yung theater org sa Lasal, we have this event called Do Lasal. So that's where there's a lot of teams, and then each team has to make their own play. So this year, since walang face-to-face, people have to do short films. So that's what we did, and I was sort of DOP, so director of photography / cinematographer. And then I also co-edited with my director and colored. So colorist, and yeah, yung mga very creative na stuff in visuals. And so it was really nice because since COVID, and then we weren't allowed to shoot face to face, so people had to shoot alone with like their friends ganun. And then it was nice because we were still able to direct along with my director, si Ange. So yeah.
So we actually have a clip from a very wonderfully made trailer for the online play Abo Kaikai, ang unang yugto by Aya Benzon. Here, let's take a look at this masterpiece where Zion was the director of photography, main editor, and colorist.
Ang apoy ay may kakayahang baguhin ang anyo ng kung anumang lipuin ito. At ang lupa naman ay mapagbigay tulad ng
Ngayon ang ikasampung paglubog ng buwan mula nang huling pumatak ang ulan. Ngayon ang ikaunang pag-aanito ng ating bagong katalunan. Kasabay ng pagsikat ng talang batugan ay ang pagsibol ng apoy sa lupang mas matatag.
Ang mga kamay na nagbubungkal upang magtanim ay mga kamay na nagtsatsaga na maghintay sa ilalim ng init ng araw sa unti-unting pagusbong ng mga sanga sa paghinog ng handog sa atin ng lupa. Abo, kay-kay. Abo, kay-kay. Abo, kay-kay. Abo, kay-kay. At ang usok ay magsisilbing babala sa iba na ang lupang ito ay atin.
Wow, Zion Lim, everybody! How impressive that you were able to make an online play such as that during the pandemic. And we'd also like to wish you good luck since you'll be taking your majors next term. You still have a lot of time to prepare, so kaya mo yan. So, Zion, we'd like to thank you for coming
you.
to the show. We'll be having our next guest after a short commercial, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you again in a few.
And we're back. For our second guest, we have a fine arts major who makes online content that focuses on LGBTQ plus pieces and a digital artist. Here with us today is Gab Cruz.
Hi, Gab. Good evening. Happy to have you on the show. So,
Hello.
how are you? Yes, how are you?
Ayos
How's life been
naman.
treating you?
Ayos naman, just busy with ACADS, ganyan.
Okay, that's great to hear. So, Gab, the digital platform is actually a fairly new medium, and you've managed to turn yourself into an artist with a decent following and traction on social media. So, would you mind telling us how you got into the whole idea in the first place?
Um, at first, nag-start din ako sa traditional art, ganyan. But when I started doing art seriously, ganyan, like hindi na lang sketch, ganyan. Parang I was exposed to graphic novel artists. And since digital yun, parang dun ako na-inspire na parang why not start also doing digital art? Ayan. Tas nung senior year ng junior high school ko.
Was it difficult for you to transition from traditional art to digital arts?
Nung una, medyo mahirap pero mabilis naman ako naka-adjust kasi parang maraming guides, and then parang since I try to explore yung medium, parang mas nadalian ako na yung mag-make ng way through it. Ganun.
Yeah, I actually saw some of your works on Instagram. So for our viewers, maybe you can also check that out. Um, Gab will be promoting his socials later, so watch out for that. So as mentioned before, the majority of your work is inspired by the LGBTQ plus community and what it stands for. That must be a lot to take into consideration, the happiness that you bring to people with with your work. How has it affected you as an artist in finding inspiration?
Sobrang first of all, like, thank you pala dun sa mga sinabi niya, grabe. And like, sobra akong, like, natutuwa pagka kasi sinasabi sa akin na parang, they feel represented, they feel warm when, they see my works. Kasi parang yun naman yung goal ko as an artist, ganyan. Like, to, represent my community through my art, ganyan. Like, kasi ever since nung sa bata, parang hindi masyadong well represented. So like, yun yung gusto kong i-bring sa art ko naman.
Yes, that's really good, Gab. Thank you for that. Thank you for representing your community. Okay, I won't ask you if you fashion yourself as a talented individual because I'm sure you are. But would you say you were born with it or did you work hard to develop the skill for your craft? Like, was it natural for you or did you have to learn it as you grew up?
Feeling ko siguro more of I learned doing it as I grew up. Kasi, nag-start ako nung bata ako, like, nagdo-drawing ako sa mga receipts, ganyan. So, like, as time goes by, na-develop ko yung skill ko, ganyan.
I'm sure with your talent, there are people behind it who inspired you to continue with your craft or people where you get your ideas from. So, in your opinion, who are the most talented artists or like, do you have any favorites ba where you get your inspirations from?
Ako, I get my inspirations mostly from songs. So, I like listening to, like, indie, ganyan. Like, iba indie or, like, the Reedies, like, isa sa mga biggest inspiration ko. Pero, pag naman sa art itself, like yung digital illustrations, gano'n, I really like Gabriel Piccolo and Cassandra Jean. Like, sobrang big inspos nila sa akin.
So, yung songs ba na you listen to, like, does it help you in, like, for example, when you're making art, ganon, does it help you, like, visualize your art more? Or do you use it lang as your inspiration?
Yun. Like, sobrang nakaka-help siya mag-visualize sa akin ng art ko. And parang naisip ko kasi parang, siguro yung ibang tao naisip dito, like, straight scenarios, gano'n. But, like, in my head, iba siya. So, like, parang fun lang siya gawin, gano'n.
That's actually very interesting and I'm sure na yung mga guests natin probably like pwede din nila yun gawin while they're doing their own craft and they might get inspiration from it also. So, by the way, Gab, our previous guest, Zion, plans on shifting to a comms major. So, not many people know this, but Gab right here shifted away from the comms department and into a more art-centered program. So, what was your thought process at that time?
Ever since kasi bata ko, interested ako sa art, ganun. Pero parang as time goes by, parang na-set aside lang siya, ganyan. So like, recently lang ulit ako naging serious about it and parang since nakapag-take ako ng mga internships, ganyan, na related to art, ganyan, like sa mga advertising. Kaya parang nag-decide ako na why not pursue degree na related sa passion ko, ganyan. Kasi feeling ko mas mag-grow ako doon.
Oh, you're doing internships na pala. So do you see digital art in the long run as a career?
Hopefully. Hopefully naman magawa ka siyang career, ganun. Kasi it's really what I love doing.
Yes, at least you know what you want na early in life. So, you're doing pretty well now, Gab, with your new course. So thank you so much for coming to the show. We will now be having our last guest for today, but stick around and we will see you again in a bit.
Our next guest is a local singer, songwriter, and a friend of the show who turned her hobby into a potential career. Performing her latest single entitled Lucas, we'd like to welcome to the show Demi Malto.
So the next song that I'm going to perform It's my very first single on Spotify. It's called Tukas, and it currently has 70k streams. And it would mean a lot if you stream it. Help me reach 100k. Ayoko lang sabihin pero di ko kayang lumikot. Miss ko na pag sa'yo ako dumadanta. Bala na tadhana kung saan ka mapunta. Takot sa bawat bukas. Paano kaya pagbukas ng aking mga mata? Andyan ka pa kaya? Pinubulong sa buwan bawat nararamdaman. We could give it one more chance. Paano bang pag-ibig to? Ano ba pag-ibig to? Paano ba pag-ibig to? Lagi na lang tuliro.
Ano bang pag-ibig to? Kung umalis ka na sa pinto, sana di lang sa panaginip na nanatili ka sa piling ko. Sana na ako'y maisip, wish ko na rin kasi ang iyong init. When I say I love you girl, I mean it. Kung ayaw di ko ipipilit. Ang puso na iniwan mo may butas. Paano kung ikaw lang talaga sa lunas? Wala na ba talagang balak bumalik? Miss na asay mga yapadali. Sa bintana lang mga matay nakatingin. Nakabula sa muling pagdating.
Takot sa bawat bukas. Paano kaya pagbukas ng aking mga mata? Andyan ka pa kaya? Pinubulong sa buwan bawat nararamdaman. We could give it one more chance. Paano bang pag-ibig to? Ano ba pag-ibig to? Paano ba pag-ibig to? Lagi na nabibig ko.
And that was Demi Malto's latest single entitled Lucas, streaming now on major streaming platforms. So hi Demi, good to have you here. How are you?
Hi guys, okay lang. Konti nga lang tulog ko.
Parang lahat naman tayo. So we've just listened to your single Lucas, which almost has more than 100,000 streams. So it must have been a very big project for you. Now, can you tell us more about it and how it came about?
Okay, actually, Lucas was very, hindi, it was unintentional. I listened kasi my friend gave me her beat. Like, hindi niya ginagamit. So, parang tinapon niya lang sa akin. And then, I just finished recording another song, like the song that we released before Lucas. And then, like, nagpapahinga na ako nun, and then pinapakinggan ko yung beat. And then, like, na-vibean ko siya, na-hum ko bigla yung hook, which is yung chorus. So, yung chorus na naririnig niyo right now was really, like, sort of a freestyle. Yung ibang parts ng chorus doon. Yung inspiration ng song na yan was kind of personal. Kaya siguro yun yung lumabas sa ideas ko. Like Lucas was from my own experience. Ayun. Doon nabuo yung Lucas.
Wow, hugot pala eh. So Demi, as a singer and a songwriter, where have you been getting inspiration since things have generally changed? Recording also must be very different not being in a recording studio and all.
Okay. Since iba talaga if nag-record ka sa actual studio and sa house. Matagal na ako nag-studio, mga 3 years ago pa ata. But in making like a song, like especially during the pandemic, you really need like a lot of patience and understanding kasi you have to like communicate efficiently with the people that you work with. Given that you're not with the people physically, kailangan mahaba patience mo kasi marami talagang revisions yan kasi magpapasa-pasahan kayo ng files. Tapos, ayun lang, kapag nawala na inspiration, naiisip ko lang na kailangan ko lang magpahinga. or kailangan or maybe I'm burned out, ganyan. Nakikinig lang ako sa mga artists na I usually listen to. Then babalik din siya.
Actually, seeing that you're an engineering major, I really think that you have the brains and the talent. So tell us how you were still able to create content while balancing a course such as that. I mean, diba, you're an engineering major, Gabe. I mean, it's just amazing how you're able to do that, just like Zion.
Actually, kasi kaka-debut ko lang, like, nung April sa Spotify, kaka-debut ko lang. So, like, that was term 2, if I'm not mistaken. Yung time na yon, I had like 18 units. So, I kinda died. Kasi ang hirap talaga. Lalo na yung calculus na yan. Oh my gosh. Okay. Tapos, nung pa-release na ako ng Lucas, actually, finals yun. Finals yun ng term 2. And, sakto, kasi binibigyan ko ng at least 1 month leeway, uploading, tsaka release. So, nung term break na, dun ko na trinabaho yung album art, ganyan, etc. And then, this term, sinubukan ko medyo bawasan ng konti yung units ko. So, 50 na siya ngayon. And then, I guess, time management is key talaga.
Yeah, true naman. I mean, I could totally relate to that. It's hard talaga to manage everything all at once, especially when everything is in an online setting kasi, diba, syempre, we're under a pandemic now. But given that it's been a relative success, I would like to know who are your favorite up-and-coming local singers and musicians right now, and which of them would you want to do a feature with in the future?
Oh, wow. Okay. Since I was in high school kasi, I got acquainted to artists like 2018, artists like Because, and then hanggang ngayon, I super addicted ako sa R&B rapper na sila Johnsky from X Battalion, Shortone. Actually, pati yung 8 Ballin, actually, if you're familiar. Ayun. When it comes to collabs, ang hirap magsalita. But since yung sa mga nabanggit ko, sila Johnsky, it would be nice. I'm not saying na mangyayari to, pero it'd be nice kasi nga, idol ko talaga sila. And sa kanila ko nakukuha yung style. Ayun.
Okay. So, meron ka na bang mga collabs or mga future collabs na nag-aabang dyan?
Meron.
Oh,
Meron. But I'm
meron
not gonna
na.
say muna since
Okay.
ayoko ma-jinx. Pero meron. And na-excite ako for that.
Nice. Okay. So, ano yung mga challenges that you experience since given nga na nag-debut ka during the pandemic?
Mahirap kasi sa totoo lang mahirap yung, like for example, yung pinaka-first song ko sa Spotify, which featuring lang ako, we had to shoot like an album art. Since we can't be together, since nga pandemic yun, lockdown yun, we had to shoot ourselves. So, kailangan i-edit mo na maganda para hindi mahalata na hindi kami magkasama. Ayun lang. Pati yung kasama na yung communication.
Yes. Ayun nga, since nagsimula ka nga during the pandemic, what are you looking forward to pag nag-go back to normal na in terms of your music career?
Meron akong co-artist na nagsabi na, sayang bakit ngayon ka lang nag-start kasi masaya mag-gig. So, if the pandemic is over na, I guess, inaabangan ko talaga yung mga gigs. Kasi it would be nice to like perform as an artist. Ganun.
Yes. Thank you so much, Demi. We'll try and get you connected with the people you said na gusto mo makakolab. Yes, but for now, we'll be taking a short break first. When we return, we'll be bringing back our previous guests, Zion Lim and Gab Cruz, for our last 2 segments. So make sure to stay tuned for that.
Welcome back to the show, guys, and thank you so much for sticking around with us. So, for this portion of the show, I'd like to ask the three of you some general questions and feel free to discuss amongst each other. Okay, so like don't be shy to speak up since it's a sort of a free for all open discussion. And if you want to comment like on someone's work or like on what some or on what the other person would say, go lang. So, for the order, it would be Zion, then Gab, and then Demi. So the first question is, what are your three bucket list items within your medium that you want to try? Go ahead, Zion.
Okay. Three bucket list items. I think. Um. Okay. So parang may naka-layout siya, but chronologically. So shortest term. Okay. Basta. So first, I think I do want to work on music video. So music video. uh, music video kasi it's a really nice industry to get into. And maraming types. There's narrative, there's experimental, maraming music video styles. So I think that really hones like the craft. Yeah, hones the craft. Yeah. So next is siguro after quarantine, I do wanna work on a short film na papasok sa film festival hopefully. So siguro mas safe na yan because we need a bigger crew if we have short films. And then lastly is in my long term is to have my own team or maybe umabot sa production company. So that's a really big goal that I've set.
Okay, go Gab.
Ako naman, bucket list. Una, I want to do a short graphic novel, ganyan. Since dun talaga ako mainly na-inspire na mag-start ng digital art. Tapos, next is, although I'm not more of a trad artist, pero goal ko talaga and gusto ko talaga makagawa ng mural, like malalaking murals, ganyan. And then, last sa bucket list ko ay makagawa ng album art, ganyan. Like, kasi parang ang cool makita ng art mo sa Spotify, like, wow, ang cool lang, ganun. Like, papakinggan mo yung, tapos nakikita mo rin yung art mo at the same time.
Okay, go ahead, Demi.
Ang cute! Wait, bucket list. Yung pinakauna kasi is na-tick off ko na. Kasi when I released Lucas, yung parang, I was thinking small. Sabi ko, 10K okay na ako. And then, pero ang goal ko talaga is 100K because for me, 100K feels like a million already. Until, ayun nga, nangyari na-reach ko na yung 100K. So, na-tick off.
Grabe yung flex.
Ay, hindi, sinabi ko lang. Second bucket list ko, nasabi ko earlier, gusto ko talaga mag-gig. I mean, maranasan mag-gig. Well, I na-experience ko na mag-perform, especially within Lasal. Like, pero as a group kasi yun, iba kasi feeling kapag nag-perform ka as yourself, as an artist, ganyan. So, yung third bucket list ko talaga, oh my gosh, dahil, dream ko din magkaroon ng MV. Actually.
Ngayon na. Start na.
Kinakansyawan nga ako ng co-artist ko na magka-MV kaso hindi ko alam, hindi pa ako ready or like hindi ko alam paano mag-start. But yeah, it's a dream. Zion.
Si Gab pa, oh.
Kinansyawan na.
Pwede na yung cover art mo. Galing kay Gab.
Actually, parang nakakatawa talaga na parang nakakatawa talaga na connected yung bucket list nyo. You guys have the potential to collaborate pala talaga. You can create a masterpiece with your own mediums like si Zion sa pagpaproduce, si Gab sa album art, and si Demi yung singer. Wow! Complete na yung team.
I agree. Ang galing pwede na kayong gumawa ng team. Baka mamaya, like, after the show, makita na namin kayo working together. So, that's very exciting. Update nyo na lang kami if ever mangyari man.
That's true, Kayla. For the next question, do you guys take inspiration from your favorite artists? Do you model your work like theirs? And if so, how and why? Okay, Zion, you can go first.
Okay, sa akin, on the top of my mind, there is a few people. Pero wala akong favorites eh. But yeah, I think one of them is Mark Bone. Mark Bone is a Canadian documentary filmmaker. And you guys can look him up sa mga filmmakers na interested sa documentary stuff. You guys can look him up on YouTube. He's super nice and sobrang ganda ng tips niya na doing your craft and working on your craft. So yeah, I think I really look up to him and see a lot of value in his work na I think nag-influence din kung paano ako nag-work and how I make decisions when I do my projects.
Okay, how about you, Gab?
Ako naman, nung nagsa-start ako, sobrang pinipeg ko talaga yung style ng mga favorite artists ko. So like, parang sinasabi sa akin na, oh, parang reminds me of this artist. Ganun. So, parang natutuwa ako. Pero eventually, as I discover more artists, ganyan, mas nakapag-explore ako. Parang nakahanap rin ako ng sarili kong style. And ngayon, parang medyo set apart na siya from where I started.
How about for you, Demi?
Ako, na-mention ko siya kanina, si Johnsky from X Battalion. Kasi yung style niya kasi is talagang R&B, rap, and about love song. There was this one time na ito yung time na unreleased pa yung Lucas. I sent the draft to my friend. And then, nung narinig niya, he was like, oh my gosh, halatang nakikinig ka kay Johnsky. So like, dun ko nakita na parang, okay, na ma-manifest ko yung style niya. And yun nga, yung style niya sa ginagawa ko. Ayun.
Wow, thank you for sharing with us your favorite artists. I'm sure our audience might also find inspiration in these artists. So, thank you so much.
That's true. So for our next question, given that we're still under a pandemic, how do you guys motivate yourself to pursue your passion? I mean, what are the different things you do to cope with the situation? And yeah. Go ahead, Zion.
Okay, I'll start.
Okay.
How I keep myself motivated. I think yung first thing is kahit mahirap.
Okay, I think we can move on to Gab first and then Demi.
Ako, palagi kami nag-uusap sa Discord ng friends ko, ganyan. Tapos nakikinig kami ng music. So parang from there, parang doon ako nakakakuha rin ng parang, uy, maganda to gawan ng art, ganyan. So parang ina-encourage din nila ako, ganyan. And sometimes sila pa yung reference. So yun.
That's cool. Okay. Go ahead, Demi.
Ako kasi personally, hindi consistent talaga ang like motivation. Like there are days talaga na parang wala kang ganang gumawa, ganyan. And then may days na wala kang gusto mong magsulat pero wala kang inspiration, ganyan. So ang ginagawa ko, parang nagpapahinga ako. I either watch Netflix or listen to music or like sometimes parang pinapa-experience ko sa sarili ko yung life kahit na pandemic. Kasi parang anong masusulat mo kung wala kang na-experience, right? So, ayun. And then, from friends din. Like, parang, naging inspiration ko sila when I see them work hard. Parang, motivate din ako na parang, oh shit, I wanna, oh shucks, I wanna work hard like that.
That's true. Okay. How about you, Zion?
Okay,
Zion.
I think I'm back.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes.
So the question. Wait, repeat ng question. I'm sorry. I'm back.
Okay, so given that we're under a pandemic, how do you motivate yourself to pursue your passion? Like, what are the ways you do to cope with the situation?
Okay, yan. As I was saying before, Converge cut me off. So first is even though it's hard, it's trusting and believing in the impossible, which is na babalik tayo sa face to face. And siguro I do have a lot of projects that are sort of in line after this quarantine. So if safe na ganun. Like I do have my list of projects that I do want to work on. And for now, siguro what keeps me motivated is watching watching the people that inspires me and like learning so much more from them. Like each week, ang dami kong natututunan na bago in terms of filmmaking, in terms of directing. Yeah.
Okay, grabe naman yung Converge. Ayaw pa ipashare yung inspiration mo sa ibang tao.
Ano yung secrets ko eh.
But I'm sure your inspirations would also inspire other people kasi they might be able to use that as their inspirations also. So for your next question, where do you guys see yourselves in 10 years with regards to your respective mediums? Go ahead, Zion.
Okay, habang may internet pa tayo.
Yes.
So first, in 10 years, 10 years is a long time. I think first of all, siguro within 10 years, nakapagawa na ako ng music video. And then, what else? Siguro because 10 years is a long way. So I think there are two directions for me. So it's either I do pursue filmmaking. So that's plan A, I think. So if I do pursue filmmaking, I think by 10 years, maabutan ko na yung bucket list goal ko, which is have a production company, a studio, and my team who is gonna work with me in projects. Yeah. Then if not, I'd probably have a business in a non-filmmaking field, and then ano pa rin, still pursuing this passion as passion projects now, having a team pa rin and making short films or commercials. Yeah.
Gab?
For me naman, since I'm taking up fine arts as my major, gusto ko talagang magturo ng art later on. Ganyan. So, ayun, gusto ko ma-share yung skills na natutunan ko throughout the years. Ganyan. And aside from that, parang sana nakapag-practice pa rin ako ng digital illustrations. Ganyan, on the side.
How about you, Demi?
Ako, kasi sabi nga ni Zion, 10 years is really a long time. Ako no expectations kasi knowing na hindi ganun kadali mag-survive sa music industry. Well, actually, kahit anong industry. Dalawa yan. If either, so in 10 years, either I'm still making music or not. If I'm not making music anymore, either, I'm sure na music will still be part of my life. Either lagi ako na-inspire sa music or as a sing, o kaya tinuturuan ko yung mga, like, let's say, babies or pamangkin ko, ganyan. And if I still continue making music, then ako i-expect ko pa rin sarili ko na it will still come from the heart. Kasi ang mantra ko talaga is heart and soul. Kasi if you're not making your craft from the heart, then what's the point, diba? Yun lang naman for me.
Okay. Ayan, pwede din pala kayo mag-collab ni Gab doon. Sabay niyo turuan yung babies and mga pamangkin mo.
Ako in 10 years, feeling ko marami na kayong projects together. Kayong tatlo. So, yeah, fingers crossed.
Baka sumama kayo. Joke lang.
Pwede din.
Pwede din. Invite nyo kami.
Okay, ang dami na naming nakuhang mga lessons from you. But for the last question, do you guys have any advice or tips for an aspiring artist who are pursuing the same craft as you are?
So am I gonna start?
Yeah, Zion, go ahead.
I think it's really hard. Ang daming advice kasi. So I think one of, at the top of my mind, yung pinaka naiisip ko is really never stop learning. I mean, this is for any field, like not just filmmaking. But in filmmaking, it's super easy for people to be competent. Na parang competent sinabi ko. Parang oh, I know everything already. I'm good enough for this project. Parang ganun. A lot of people get to that point, and then after that they learn that there's so much more, and then you never stop learning. Yun nga, sinabi ko kanina na every single day, like you watch YouTube videos, you watch tutorial videos, and you learn so many new stuff, and you get better and better and better. Yeah, it's nakakatuwa na to look back in your other projects and then seeing how much you've grown from that. So it's really never stop trying to learn and become better.
How about you, Gab? What's your piece of advice?
Siguro for me, medyo related din siya. Is parang always experiment and never stop creating. Kasi hindi mo mahahanap yung style mo and hindi ka masanay dun sa art if hindi ka patuloy na lilikha.
Wow. How about you, Demi?
Ako medyo related din sa dalawang sagot nilang dalawa eh. For me, ang natutunan ko talaga is just be yourself. And then don't seek like validation from other people, especially when you're doing crafts kasi hindi ka talaga satisfy if you're doing it for like to validate yourself from them. Just do it for yourself. And secondly, for me, just be teachable. Kasi nga, if you're making craft, syempre, you're working with other people. Ang hirap mo naman katrabaho kung know-it-all ka, di ba? Tsaka, tulad nga sinabi ni Zion, keep learning. And mabe-benefit ka din from that. That's for me.
Grabe, para kayong may telepathy. Nagte-telepathy challenge ba kayong tatlo dyan?
May connection talaga kami.
May connection kayong tatlo. Parang it's a sign.
Yes, parang meant na kayong tatlo yung nandito today, di ba? Alright, guys. Well, we wouldn't want to just end the show with a simple discourse. It's time for a special game segment we'd like to call Sinong Binobola Mo? Okay, so the rules are pretty simple. We'll be playing at Guess a Christmas Game. There will be a selection of 5 random items behind these numbers flash on the screen. The items are images that the producers of the show will privately message to your teams. Trust that none of us have any idea of what's behind the numbers. Now, for people who are describing the item, you have the choice to actually say what's in front of you or choose to make up something entirely to try and fool the guessing team.
So if the describing team fools the guessing team into thinking what they are saying is true but is actually a bluff, that's a point for the describing team and vice versa. And if the describing team was telling the truth but the other team thinks it's a bluff, that's a point for the describing team. And if the guessing team successfully calls it a bluff or truth, then that's a point for the guessing team and vice versa.
For those of you who still don't get it, basically, if the guessing team gets the answer wrong, that's a point to the describing team. If the guessing team gets it right, that's a point to the guessing team. I'm sure we will understand it even more when we go through the game. So maybe we can start.
Yes, we're going to play 5 rounds. So it's first to 3 points. If the guests beat us, they will receive a prize of 100 peso discount each on their next Grab food delivery.
We all have 1 minute to decide if we're going to tell the truth or bluff and to describe the item. The guessing team has 30 seconds to either call bluff or truth. Then the answer will be flashed on the screen.
And since we're totally awesome hosts, we'll let the guests go first and we'll be alternating turns. So go, guys.
Pick kayo ng number, guys.
Pick kayo ng number, tas kami dito chichika lang. Yes.
Ako na mag-pick. 2.
Yes.
Sige.
2. Number 2.
Okay, for our tech team, 2 daw. Okay, while we wait for them to receive the image, may strategy ba tayo, Kayla? Paano ba tayo mananalo?
Oo nga eh. Baka naman. Kasi gusto ko rin manalo ng 100 peso discount from Grab.
True. Tsaka useful yan ngayon. Kasi, di ba, lagi tayo nasa bahay. So, puro delivery.
Tama. So, kailangan natin matalo yung mga guests natin for today. Ano kayong picture nila? Ano kayong picture na nakuha nila?
Guys, just tell us if you've seen the picture and just describe it to us.
Okay. So, may lumulutang. And nasa bathtub siya ba? Yeah, nasa bathtub siya.
Ano yung lumulutang?
Bathtub ba yun?
Yung bathtub.
Yung bathtub.
May tao doon. May tao doon.
Yeah.
And then may
And
gitara.
there's an ocean.
Sa bathtub?
Yeah, lumulutong. Hindi.
Yeah.
Ocean, tapos
Pero yung
lumulutang
yung bathtub, nasa ocean na nasa stage, nasa concert grounds siya.
So may ocean sa stage, tapos may bathtub sa ocean. So nakapatong
Parang
yung
ang
ocean sa stage.
complicated.
Ano yun? Parang bluff. Parang ayoko maniwala.
Yes.
Right?
Parang it's too complicated, no?
Parang ang daming nangyari.
I think bluff
Okay, so
din.
bluff na. Okay, bluff.
Yeah, bluff.
Bluff na yung answer namin.
Oh my God, what's that?
Yung complicated ba?
Ano yan? Sino nag-edit niyan?
Oh, it's truth! Oh.
Grabe naman. Grabe magpahirap.
Okay. Bawi tayo, Kayla. Bawi tayo.
Okay, tama. Sige. So, kami naman yung pipili ng number. Number 5. Okay, so guys, you have 1 point na. Okay. Okay, so for us naman, yung picture namin is a guy na nasa mountain. Tapos, kinaklimb niya yung mountain. Okay, ayun na
Yun lang yung wala siyang special
Special effects.
features.
Ayun, may fireworks habang kinaklimb niya yung mountain.
So gabi? Or fireworks sa umaga, ganun.
Hindi, sunset. May fireworks habang sunset, tapos kinaklimb niya yung mountain. Ano pa? Gusto niyo pa ba ng clue?
Wait, parang...
Sige,
May backpack
clue pa.
siya
Sige, more.
na Nike.
May backpack
Tapos
na
yung-
nagka-climb.
Oo.
No,
Nagka-climb siya sa
yung
mountain.
nagka-climb.
Yung person yung nagka-climb. Tapos may bag siya na Nike. Ganon.
Ba't
May
di ba mag-call a
fireworks habang
friend?
sunset. Call a friend? Sino yung call a friend nyo? Yung producer?
Oo. Yung audience.
Yung audience?
Parang yung
Baka
kasi
meron silang
feeling ko-
hula.
Feeling ko
Anong
bluff
feeling nyo?
to. Kayo ba? Ako feeling ko bluff. Kayo ba?
Ako din.
Final
Parang
answer?
inconsistent eh.
Final answer?
Bluff.
Uy,
Feel
hindi
ko
yun
bluff kasi isa-isa
inconsistent
nilang
ah.
sinasabi.
Inconsistent!
Okay, so bluff.
Bluff final answer. Well, let's
Bluff
see.
the
Yes,
final
final
answer.
answer.
Let's see.
Okay.
Aw.
Sige na kayo na. Parang kayo
Kayo
yung
na.
mananalo eh.
Ganda ng fireworks.
You guys
Yun na.
Love it. I love
Ang
it.
ganda ng fireworks,
Trust
no?
your intuition, guys.
Yes. So you guys have 2 points already.
The
Just a
telepathy
recap.
trio
Kami,
kami.
Kami
Kami zero.
telepathy. Kami no telepathy at all. Okay, sige. Go na guys. It's your turn.
Sige, kayo na mag-choose ng number.
Ay, para sa inyo? O sige. Number 1.
Hindi.
Sige,
Ay, hindi. Oh, sige, kayo na pumili. Okay lang.
Okay na yung one.
O, sige.
Hindi, one na.
Okay, okay. Number 1 daw sila. Ako na pumili no? Kasi mananalo
Si
naman na
Kai.
kayo eh.
Kayla nag-assume eh.
Tama lang, tama
Sorry,
lang.
nag-assume ako. Sorry.
There's no backing up.
Sige. Okay,
Okay,
number 1 daw sa kanila guys ha. Okay, so habang hinaantay natin yung sasabihin nila if bluff ba or truth. Tingin mo ba, Claude, may chance pa tayong manalo dito?
Parang ang hirap
Anong
humabol.
feeling mo?
2 points behind na
Hindi
tayo.
nag-load
Yung
yung photo.
competitiveness ko, oh my.
Hindi talaga
Kaya pa ba?
Sige, I'll start. Merong whale.
Di supportive yung Converge.
Sige, I got
Hello?
you tayo. Merong whale. Merong whale. Tapos meron siyang
Okay.
parang horn ng unicorn.
Whale na may horn ng unicorn?
Yeah.
Tapos may rainbow.
Nasaan yung whale?
Nasa
Eh,
rain.
parang
Nasa
namulutang
ocean?
siya. Hindi.
Mm-mm.
Para siyang drawing.
Parang
Drawing
drawing?
Aha.
Mm-mm. Tapos may heart, may diamond. Nasa rainbow siya, tapos whale. Tapos may na ganun.
Anong color ng whale? Oh my God, telepathy!
Wala pa rin ako nakikita. Update.
Nako, Zion, use your telepathy na lang din.
Okay, sige. Claude, ano tingin? Feeling ko bluff.
Parang magkaiba tayo ng feeling, Kayla.
Bakit ganun? Ano ba
Wait
yan?
lang. Parang ang
Sige,
creative
guys,
naman ang mind nila.
Ano pa? Bigay pa nga kayo ng clue. Ay,
Kakolor
nga?
ng sweater ko yung whale.
Blue.
Ano pa ba? Anong color ng rainbow? Anong color ng rainbow, guys? Anong color ng rainbow pala? Sorry. Ano ba yan? Live pa naman.
Parang siyang
Ano
pastel
nga ba
na
color?
version.
Okay. Sige. Basta ako feeling ko talaga bluff. Ano ba? Makitelepathy ka sa akin, Claude. Telepathy.
Sige na. Sige na. Sige na nga, I trust you, Kayla. Sige na, bluff.
Okay. Sige. Final answer, bluff. Oh! Sabi ko sa'yo, may telepathy tayo eh.
Trust your instincts, Kayla. Parang tama ka eh.
Oh, diba? Sabi ko sa inyo. Okay, sige. So, you guys have 2 points and we have 1 point. Tama ba?
So, yes. If you get the next round, panalo na kayo. So, game. Kaya natin to, Kayla.
Sige, Claude, ikaw naman pumili ng number. Kasi kanina pa ako pumipili.
Okay.
Ako na pumili para sa kanila. Ikaw naman.
Okay, number 3.
Tapos na ata yung number 3.
Tapos na ba yung number 3? Ano na ba? Ano pa bang free?
Joke. Okay, sige. Number 4.
Number 4, okay. Okay, ako naman magde-describe.
Sige.
Game, ako game. So, ano siya? Dinosaur. Ano siya? Dinosaur na nasa jet ski. Na nasa dagat, syempre.
Ano kulay ng
Ayun.
jet ski?
Yung jet ski, orange, red, and black.
Ano color ng dagat?
Yung dagat, parang siyang blue. Blue not green. Blue-green.
Wait,
Yung
ano
anong
nasa
klaseng
ibabaw ng
dinosaur
jet
siya?
ski?
Nakasakay yung dinosaur sa jet ski.
Like what kind of dinosaur?
Oo nga, what kind of dinosaur? Like, ano itsura ng dinosaur?
Ano? T-Rex. Ano itsura ng dinosaur? Rar. Color green?
Color green yung
Brown.
dinosaur.
Malaking dinosaur.
Ano yung nasa background?
Buong ocean siya eh. Buong dagat. Ganon. Pati yung background niya. Nasa gitna kasi siya ng dagat.
Pa-recap ng full picture.
Okay, bali yung picture, ano siya, dinosaur na nakasakay siya sa jet ski. Tapos nasa dagat siya. Nasa gitna siya ng dagat. What do you think, Zion?
Wala kasi akong degree sa paleontology.
Gabe yun.
Anong klaseng dinosaurs ba yung kayang mag-jet ski? Yun yung tanong eh.
Wala rin kami sa paleontology. Hindi namin alam.
May feeling
Gusto
ako
niyo pa ng clue?
Sige, more clue.
Sige, yung ocean medyo dark siya. Medyo dark. Medyo dark yung ocean kasi parang paggabi na ng time na to. So, pero nagje-jet ski pa yung dinosaur. Feeling ko lang paggabi na.
Ako din, feel ko bluff na rin. Ano na yung factor eh?
Bakit ba? Ba't ganun? Ayaw niyo maniwala sa amin.
umaga.
Siguro kami hindi nagsasabi ng totoo.
Maka-telepathy challenge kayo sa amin. Okay, final answer na, bluff.
For me.
For me din, final
Bluff na ba
answer.
tayo, guys?
Sige.
Bluff na? Okay, sige.
Sige, let's see.
Okay, let's see.
Wow!
Wow, guys! Congrats! Kayo na meron. Kayo na
Wala
panalo.
talaga. Natalo talaga tayo.
May
Hindi
first
tayo
ba to?
nakakabol.
Yes!
Hindi ko yung dinosaur kasi na to.
Sa'yo nyo maniwala dun sa
paggabi
dinosaur.
eh.
Grabe. Papakita
Nagtaka ako
namin
dun
sa
sa
inyo yung
paggabi.
dinosaur na nagjo-jet ski. Uy, feeling lang namin yung paggabi. Char lang.
Kaya feeling
Okay.
niya namin bluff.
Yeah. Galing nyo nga eh.
Galing nyo umula, grabe. Kayo na may telepathy. Telepathy naman.
Okay, so that's 3 points for you guys and then 1 point for us. So thank you guys, nanalo kayo. Congratulations. Okay, that's it for Sinong Binobola Mo. Congratulations.
And now we have come to the end of the very first episode of Ready, Set, Sinag. Thank you so much again, Demi, Gab, and Zion for joining us today. We hope you guys had a great time.
And to our audience, thank you so much for watching and we hope you stick around for our succeeding shows and episodes.
To stay updated with us, make sure to follow and subscribe to us on social media platforms. First, Facebook at Sinag TV PH. For Instagram, it's at sinagtv.ph. And for YouTube, it's Sinag TV PH. We'd also like to ask our guests to promote their socials for their future projects. So, Zion, go ahead.
Zion, don't promote
visit
your socials.
me at Zion Visuals on Instagram and Facebook. You guys can, if you want, you can message the page. Oh no, naglalag.
Okay.
How about you, Gab? Hello?
Ako naman, I'm at Masigabo on Twitter and Instagram.
How about you, Demi? Go ahead, Demi.
Oh, me na ba?
Yes.
Sorry. My Instagram is at Demi Chelsea, and then yung Chelsea, Chelsy. Ganun din sa Twitter, at Demi Chelsea. Yun na naman, Spotify is Demi. And then yung E is may dot sa taas. Or you could, like, may link dun sa bio ko sa Instagram since medyo mahirap siya i-type. Ayun lang.
Okay, thank you so much guys to our audience. Please follow the socials of our guests and sana pare-parehan ng bumilis yung wifi natin. Okay, thank you so much guys. True. Okay, thank you so much guys. This has been your host, Claudette Pangalinan.
And Kayla Cabasal.
And this has been Ready, Set, Sinag.
Thank you and good night.